Angela from Bake Angel, and today we're going to make an amazing coffee maple cake. So this is our eldest son's most favourite sponge cake, and he always wants it made whenever it's his birthday. So let's start off by adding 250 grams of plant-based butter, 200 grams of white sugar, 50 ml of maple syrup, and 4 eggs to our stand mixer bowl. And then with the paddle attachment, we're just going to start to combine all of those together on a low speed. Now you don't want to mix it for too long. Then we're going to start to add our dry ingredients, which is half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and also 250 grams of cake and pastry flour. I'm also adding 1 tablespoon of coffee emulsion, which is going to give us that amazing coffee flavor and also the color as well. Continue to mix it with your paddle attachment until everything is nice and light and combined, as you see here. It smells amazing at this stage as well, and I'm such a fan of using emulsions in my baking. Next, we're going to add it to our 2 9-inch cake pans, which, as you can see, I've already greased the sides and I've greased and lined the bottoms with parchment paper as well. Now this is to ensure that these cakes are easy to remove once they're baked and we're not having to fight to get them out of the pans. Level everything off with a spatula, and then we're going to be ready to pop them in the oven to bake. These are going to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes, but make sure you keep an eye on them around the 22-minute mark, just in case your oven bakes a little bit faster. I always give the pans a quick tap on the counter before I put them in, and then they're ready to go. And let's have a look at them once they're baked. Don't they look beautiful? I love that they're fairly flat as well. This recipe doesn't dome as long as you mix it properly. And again, they have an amazing color to them. They're nice and firm, a little bit springy to the touch as well, which is exactly what we want for this cake. Now I'm going to let those cool down, and whilst we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make some coffee buttercream. We've got 150 grams of icing sugar, 50 grams of plant-based butter, 1 teaspoon of our coffee emulsion, and 20 ml of water. Now this is a very small batch of buttercream that is only enough to fill this cake. We're not going to ice the cake with it. We are just going to put it in between the layers, as that's what my son requested, and I wanted to keep him happy with this cake. So using a hand mixer, just whisk everything until it's nice and combined. You can see it is kind of a medium consistency of buttercream, which is perfect because we want it to be easy to spread. Once your cakes are fully cool, then you can trim them if you want to. I decided I am just going to level them off slightly with a little cake leveler that I have. So pop your cake on some parchment paper, hold on to it, and just push that cake leveler through it. And then the offcuts are the best bit. I always just kind of pop these in a bowl, and then you can crumble them up and turn them into cake pops and mix them with some buttercream. It is an amazing way to use the cake tops. So I'm going to go ahead and do exactly the same thing for the second one. Now you'll notice here that my parchment paper was a little bit pesky here. Now actually, if you want to avoid that happening, I would suggest that you actually put a tea towel or a silicone mat under the parchment paper so it doesn't bunch up like mine did here. I was in a little bit of a rush to get this done though, so I didn't have time to pull one out and fix that up, but it still worked out perfectly and our cakes are nice and level. Now to serve, I'm just going to put it on a Lazy Susan, and I've popped a little bit of our buttercream in the middle just to secure the cake. That's to ensure that it doesn't spin around whilst we're filling it. Then you want to take some of your buttercream and using a little offset spatula, just go around and add as much as you want. I do actually end up using the majority of the buttercream here because, like I said, this is a very small batch of buttercream. Make sure everything's nice and level, and then we're going to add our second layer, and you can see I add it crumb side down. Now this is so that we get a really nice look to our cake because it is being served like this without being iced, and I'm just going to finish it off with a quick dusting of icing sugar. And there we go, that's my really easy coffee maple cake. Make sure you check out the link below for the printable recipe on bakeangel.com. And also, if you like this kind of content, why not subscribe to my channel and like this video as well. Thanks for watching.